So sports chaplaincy is a provision of pastoral and spiritual care for the well-being of all those people in sport, and we've seen across the globe a massive expansion in that in the last 25 years, and even faster really in the last 10 years, because the people of sport need support, they need care, they need love, and chaplains are there just to provide them with unconditional love and there to show them Jesus's love, not to Bible bash them, not to sort of be constantly evangelizing, but just to show them how loved they are. And we're seeing that sport needs that. All the people that they have in sport are focused on performance, and more we're getting people like the Premier League, the International Paralympic Committee, different sporting organisations are now asking for more and more chaplains. And so I just want to ask you to think about whether sports chaplaincy is for you, if you've got a pastoral heart to get involved. You know, and I believe in Ukraine, there's an incredible opportunity to get stuck in, an incredible opportunity to reach the people in this nation, in the sporting world. You know, they don't have people who are there to listen to them. They don't have people who are there for care for them. And it's just an incredible opportunity where we can really impact the nation through sports chaplaincy. I think the biggest challenge in sports chaplaincy is actually people having an understanding of what it is. A lot of people are worried that they're just bringing in an opportunity for people just evangelize, and so people are fearful of that. And as society becomes increasingly more secular, people start misunderstand what it's really about. But chaplaincy, of course, is you're there to provide pastoral and spiritual care. You're there to look out for every individual, not just the players, but the coaches and the support staff, and just really support them through the storms of life. We forget that when we watch sport on the TV, we think those people are larger than life, but they're human beings. They'll have arguments with their girlfriends, they'll have loved ones that they lose, they'll have illness and sickness that affects their family, they may have financial challenges, and they just don't have somebody to help them through that. And that's the role of the sports chaplain, to be really there to care for them and support for them. I think the real blessing is, for me, being involved as a sports chaplain, I was able to combine the sport that I love with the God that I adore. So it's a great opportunity if you love sport, and if you love people and you love Jesus, this is a great way to combine those things and serve him. In sport, there's a massive focus on the human body. You know, all the sports science is there to make sure that an athlete is fit, that they're peaking at the right time, loads of investment into their fitness, tactics, etc. So the body is well covered. And increasingly in sport, we have sports psychology, which, you know, is all about the mind and making sure that the person is thinking right when they're in the field of play. But there's nothing there to cater for the spirit and the soul of the person. And sports chaplaincy is there to really help the inner being of the athlete, to make sure they're happy. And it's scientifically proven that a player or athlete who's happy will perform better. So we say that we're not interested in performance, we're interested in the individual. But the sports chaplain, in the coach's perspective, we're there to deal with the soul and the spirit of the individual. So if I was talking to the athlete, I would say, how much of your time do you spend getting your body ready to compete? And how much of your time do you spend getting your brain ready? And then compare that to the amount of time that you get your inner self ready, your soul, your spirit, your happiness. And Most athletes, the vast majority of athletes in the world, are impacted by how they're feeling, by what else is going on in their life. If there's a certain circumstance that's happening, a storm of life that happens to everybody, how do you cope with that? Who do you go to? You know, who can you trust to share with them stuff that's going on in your life that is affecting you without you being worried that they're suddenly going to tell it anybody else? You know, it's a real challenge for athletes to find people that they can trust and that they can be confidential with. And that is the role of a chaplain. A chaplain is trained to listen to you, to help you go through the storms of life, but you're absolutely guaranteed that they are not going to speak to anybody else about that. They're not going to share anything with the coach that is going to affect whether you're selected. They're just going to be a one-on-one relationship with you to help you deal with all the challenges that life throws at you. On the face of it, it can be a daunting prospect to be a chaplain. But actually it's pretty simple. It's just about having the right heart. It's great if you love sport. If you don't know sport, actually that's not important. What you need to know is to understand people and to have Jesus' love for people. And if you've got Jesus' love for people, you can be a chaplain. The best chaplains that we have across the world, they're not experts in sport, but they have a deep, deep love for the people that they come into contact with, and that's all you need.